viewers and welcome to my channel. I just want to say a quick thank you for clicking on this video because yes, it is a bloody long video, but there are two reasons for that. One, this is a junkyard. You have lots of stuff in it, and so I won't be able to show you it all in this video, and so I decided to take some screenshots, and I took loads of screenshots, like flipping loads, and I had to carefully pick out the ones that I thought showed as much of the junkyard as possible. But so yeah, there's a lot of screenshots at the end of this. I know for a fact that this video is about 26 minutes long, so this video at the moment is 28, so that means 2 minutes full of screenshots because, like I said, I just wanted to show you all the bits and pieces that make up this junkyard. So that is one reason. The second reason, like I said, it is a junkyard. There's lots of stuff in the junkyard. A bit weird if it's just a very bare minimal junkyard. I want this to have lots of stuff in it, and so if I showed you all of that, we'll be here for days and it will be a very long video. So 28 minutes was short as I could get it, and I did a build a couple of weeks ago now, and it was the Blossom townhouses. Now I'm really happy with them. But the one thing that I kind of regret the most is not recording and showing you the detailing that I put on the front of the build. So like all the vines and all the live edit objects to do with like to make it more realistic looking, and I cut all that out because it would take too much time, and I regretted it because that really ties the thing together. And so for this build I decided to take you along with me and to show you as much as I possibly can without making it too long, because I did spend about 3 hours doing the outside, and then I went, okay, I think I need to get inside. And there are like two parts of this. There's the junkyard part, which is the outside, which I think is the most important part. The inside, we don't make mal about that, but I needed to do it because there is a house underneath the swamp area, which you do see. So I had to sort of like compromise between the two, and something was going to it was going to be a long video, you know. So I am actually very happy with this build. I had a couple of things that I wanted to do that I had a bit of an itch for, and this build certainly ticks them off and itches my itch. I don't know, something along those lines. It makes me happy, right? So one of them was clutter. So you may have noticed in some of my other videos of late, I've been talking about clutter because I am not a person to clutter. Junkyards are basically just clutter, really, and I really wanted to do something that would use a lot of clutter because some simmers out there, I don't know their names, I'll put them up on screen, but they do some really good builds with clutter, and they look great, and they kind of inspired me to do a bit more cluttering. And two, the interior of this build is very industrial-esque. I've been wanting to do something industrial for a while. It's been a while, and also I keep seeing some industrial builds on Twitter. Most of the people are using the Moschino windows, and they look great. I don't have Moschino windows, and so I have to make do with like normal industrial-esque items we have in the game. And so I made industrial because I was inspired by seeing those pictures from other people. And the third reason why I wanted to build something like this is because I wanted to use items that I don't normally use. So in the home, I use a lot of items that I don't normally gravitate towards, because I do a lot of building on this channel. I feel a lot more comfortable building than I do Let's Plays, and so I do a lot of builds, and I generally use the same items over and over again, and sometimes that can make an impact on your interior, and then your interior looks a bit samey, and then it gets quite annoying because you want to do something different. And so for this build I thought I should try out other items that I don't normally use, and perhaps I will find an item that will become my new favourite and the norm. And so I think I've found a few. There is a sort of Get Famous film poster that's in a frame. I quite like that. Also, I have absolutely no idea that Sims 4 has so many neon wall lights in the game. I had no idea we had so many, but we do. I quite like them. I don't think I'll be a person that will like neon wall lights. I don't understand why they're in the wall decoration section. Because, you know, the lights and they go on the wall, and so I think they should be in the wall light section, but they're not, so I got quite confused by that. And the fourth reason I wanted to build something like this is because Strangerville came out February last year, and when I saw the aeroplane you see here, it comes in different parts. I think it comes in like 4 parts, and I was like, oh, that's cool, I could do something with that, but I never did. And then it came to a build challenge that I did this week, and I was decorating the garden. Kind of looked kind of junkyard-esque. I was like, oh, you know what I could do? I could use that plane that I've always been wanting to use and build a junkyard. And so this is how all those points came about and brought this to this point. So at the moment, I am building the little square entrance area that you need. This sort of like the slots underneath the aeroplane. So you kind of need this so you can go downstairs. I had a bit of palaver because I realised, I put the aeroplane on a diagonal. It kind of looks straight, but it is on a diagonal, which means placing the stairs were a bit of a pain. It came to a point like, oh no, everything I've done I have to redo because I can't put these stairs in it. I just needed to make the downstairs a little bit bigger. And so there was a bit of a panic there. I had to redo everything because everything was on a diagonal. Because this lot is an existing lot in the game. So what I mean by that is, in Strangerville there is like an old guy who's a bit paranoid. He wears like an aeroplane hat thingy on his head, and he had this aeroplane and then he has a bunker underneath it. So I just repositioned the aeroplane, got rid of his bunker as you saw me do, because it got in the way of this swamp slash pool. Since it is a swamp slash pool, your Sims will jump into it, so you might see your Sims swimming around. And at the moment I'm sort of like decorating the interior to this entrance bunker home swampy area here. So I'm just putting lots of stuff on the walls. I've never gone through the wall decoration so sort of like carefully, nor to zoom through it, like, where are those plates? I want to set those plates on the wall, because I don't really use these items that are in the wall decoration section. This is why I'm just going, oh, wowza, we have so many neon lights, I don't know. So yeah, I don't really use the wall decorations in my game, and so this has a lot. I didn't realise how many we do have and how much stuff we have, and I didn't realise some stuff that we do have. And so I was just putting some stuff down. It was kind of like Tetris, trying to find the right place, because I wasn't really bothering what it was. I just thought like, oh, I like that, let's stick it on the wall somewhere. And that was basically the gist of what I was doing for the outside area of the junkyard. So most of the stuff that I have used is from the debug section or the live edit object section. So all I was basically doing, I was filtering by packs, because there are a lot of debug and live edit objects, and so I like to filter by packs, so it's a lot more easier to see. And then I was just grabbing an item and then just sticking it somewhere. I didn't really move them up and down. I was just grabbing them and sticking them somewhere. Wherever they went, and where they look good, I plonk them there, and that's what I was basically doing throughout. And it was kind of like mind numbing, kind of like therapeutic and mind numbing, because like I said, I wasn't lifting them up and down. I was just grabbing them from the catalogue and plonking them down. So it's kind of very very calming, very therapeutic, and very just like, this is great. You can just do this sort of like very sort of, you can just do this without really thinking, which was great. Not much thinking, but really went into it. If it looked good and it seemed right to me, it went there. So there are some sort of like categories within this junkyard. So there is like a billboard section where there's like just a bunch of billboards and signs, and then there is a what's it called? A transport kind of section with like vehicles and stuff. That is by the it's by the upside down truck area, because there's a truck there, so it makes sense to put other vehicles there. So there's like an airplane there, like a small one, like a big one. There's a truck there, trucky van thing. It's more van like than truck, because when you think of truck you would think of a massive one. It's more van like. And then there is the trailer thingy that you may see lots of people use to make micro homes or like caravans. They stick like a little trailer with wheels, and then they make the micro home on top of that. So we got one of them there, not the micro home, the trailer thingy. We also, I think that's it, because the trailer thingy kind of used a lot of space, even though I shrunk it down. Just popping down a boat there, because it is a swamp water boats, they make sense. So I'm just basically plonking stuff everywhere, put out a lot of signs, because in my head, junkyard signs, they go together. And so I'm just I'm just basically grabbing items. If they're a bit too small, make them larger using the bracket keys on your keyboard. They're more like, they're bracket keys, Mine's next to my P and my enter button. I don't know where it is on your keyboard, but that's how you make things bigger. If you want to lift things up, I think you need bb.move objects. I'm not entirely sure. But if you want to move something up, you press Control and then you use the 9 button to go up. And if you want it to go down, you press Control 0 to make it go down. Just to let you know, if you're wanting to do a junkyard of your own, or you're seeing lots of people use these items, like, hey, where did you get that from? Okay, debug section, what you going on about? I don't understand you. What are you talking about? So, if you want to get into all of that, it's very simple, very easy peasy. So all you have to do is you need to first click Shift Control C all at once, and then you will get like a little bar at the top of your screen. You then type into that bar bb.move objects. That's how you sort of like move things about freely and easily, and move things up and down and make them bigger and smaller. That's how you do all that. And if you want to get into like the debug section and like edit object section, you type in test and cheats, and then you press enter, then you type in bb.show hidden objects, and then you type in bb.show live edit objects, and you then go to the little area with the magnifying glass that's actually in the game. At the moment on this screen it says debug at the moment. You then type in that word debug. You just click on a random one, because it'll come up with loads of debugs. You just click on one of them, and then you just get all these debug items. So like I said, there's like a lot there, so it can be kind of overwhelming, because you've gone from like your usual type of catalog to like a lot. And so like I said, it's easier to see it when you filter, and sometimes it's just a quite good nosy to see what's there, especially in the live edit objects. And you may come across some like repeated objects, for example, I'm not too sure if I pull it down yet, but they're in City Living and in Cats and Dogs. There is a repeated, I think you just saw it, there's like a repeated fishy blue and red sign, which I've just put, there it is. It's like that sign there but by the bathtub, but that is repeated both in City Living, Cats and Dogs, so then you might see repeats of objects in the live edit objects debug. The debug and the live edit objects are all just mixed in one once you type in debug, by the way. So now I am moving on to the bunker house area. It's underground, it's in the swamp, so you could call it a bunker. I'm just doing the kitchen here. I don't normally do galley kitchens, which is strange because I have a galley kitchen. I still live at home with my parents, and it's a galley kitchen, and so normally we make things and decorate things that we are used to seeing, and so it's strange that I have never done a galley kitchen, perhaps because I hate it, because you can only fit about 2 people at a time. One person if the washing machine door is open to aerate it so it doesn't get stinky. So that's perhaps why, because it is a bit of a pain in the butt. So I'm making a galley kitchen. I have been using quite a lot of the industrial-esque kitchen counters, but never the overhead counters. Why? Because in my personal opinion, I think they're kind of ugly. But it kind of suits here. I use some of that industrial concrete block thing on the walls. I know this look has done quite a few times by other people, but I haven't done it, so I'm doing it. Put in some movie hangout, flower dangly things. When I was looking through the shell challenge that I created that other people decorated, I noticed quite a few people use movie hangout stuff. Now I don't use it that often, so I definitely try to use some. I did try to use that tapestry that comes with it. You do see me put it up, I think. I don't think I deleted that part. But I do think I show you it and I do try, but I didn't think it worked because it has lots of bright colours, and this is quite industrial-esque. Some industrial you can go for bright, but I was going for like your moody industrial, like industrial, you know. Just putting in some windows for these weird nooks that I had. Some of these little small triangles I couldn't get rid of at the beginning. You probably saw me trying to delete them. I tried, I accidentally deleted the pool instead, so I gave up. Thought this would be a nice little walkway so you can see out. I do replace the bottom of the pool with sand and put down some very like long grass and some of those get together ancient ruins outside so you can look at something if you can see through the greenness of the water. I love these lights. I know I said I want to use items I don't normally use before, but like I said, I want this to look kind of nice, not kind of ugly, and so I kind of mix it in with items that I use quite a lot to make it look nice. Love these black bricks. I saw a couple people use them, go, oh, where'd you get that from? And then it's a base game. I've never noticed them. Like a couple months ago, I've never noticed them. And then a couple of people kept using them. Oh, that's a nice brick. Then I found them and they're really, really nice. But I swear, before like a couple months ago, I swear it wasn't there because I didn't take any notice of it. But some really nice brick. Having white lava, like what do I do here? What colour do I go for? Do I leave it as brick? I don't know. So that far end square area where the dance floor is, that was originally going to be a living room. I do cut that out because, you know, 28 minutes. It's a long video. That was going to be a living room, but I decided no. It would make more sense if like all the communal area is sort of like at one end of the build, and the bedroom and bathroom were a little bit closer to each other, so I swapped them around. This jungle adventure table, I don't use, that's why I was trying to use it, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I got rid of that. Using this season bed, because I always use the other season's bed with it's like it's draping over, it doesn't have like a headboard to it, so I'm always using that. I've never used this. I've tried, I don't know, I just don't think it suits me builds, but I think it suits really nicely into this build. I love this room. I really love the neon sign that I use over the top of the bed. I think it sort of like pulls it all together. Using these outdoor retreat twig light thingies, again, never use them. You're gonna hear me say that a lot with this interior. I never use them, of course I don't. I mean, this whole build is, like I said, everything I don't really use. This is here, where's the neon light? Come and see the flaming neon light. Here it is. I really like it. I think it really suits this house and the bedroom. Was going to use this, been using that wardrobe quite a lot. Then I realised Parenthood wardrobe, chest of drawers, I don't really use them. There is actually like a painted, hand painted blossom, a swatch on there, which is quite nice. Also, it wouldn't suit this build. I noticed someone else in the shell challenge decorated the house. I used this item and those flowers, and I only did the tour through like a couple of days ago, so it's quite fresh in my mind of like what items that I know that I didn't use, but I saw them use a lot, so that was still quite fresh in my mind. That poster there that I was talking about beginning, I don't know, again I've done this voiceover several times, so I can't remember if what I said was in that voiceover or this voiceover. So that poster there, the Get Famous poster, it's movie posters, I quite like that. I think I'll be using that again in all my builds. Obviously, they went to every build that I do, so it might only pop up in certain builds, and it also depends if I remember it. So here I'm just trying to do the sort of second entrance way and the dining room. I also don't really use bars in the game, despite having loads of them, so I decided to put a bar down here. It's a bit of a squeeze because yes, there is no sort of wall for the stairs. You just have to keep in mind the Sims can't, if you put like an item too far down and close to the stairs, your Sims won't be able to get to it because they can't duck. So you have to keep in mind that. So I have play tested this. They can get around the stair and entrance area with the bar and the dining room. They might go like a really weird way to get around it, but they can get around it, so that's fine. I was happy with that because I know it is a bit of an awkward space. So I just changed it here for this table. I'm really loving the high tables that was introduced in Discover University, and now I'm just using all these high tables because I really like them. The front of a truck with it's a light that you saw me put on the wall. I use that a lot. I love it. The reason why I put it there because it makes sense, because it has like a junkyard vibe, and it feels like the people living here, or the person living here, they work in the junkyard, and sometimes they take pieces from the junkyard that they like, and they saw that light, like, oh, I like that, I'm nicking that, putting it into my house downstairs. So I was trying to use this bohemian like sofa from movie hangout stuff, but I didn't really think it suited it, and so I did try. I also tried like a square orientation, but it wasn't really working out, so I got rid of the boho movie hangout sofa and just change the orientation there. I'm really trying to get that tapestry on the wall to work. I think I find a more neutral, calm down swatch there because I wanted to use it. I've never seen it before in my life. So funny enough, I don't really use the side table and the lamp and some more tables that are from what's it called, Tiny Living. I don't really use them. I might do later. It's still in quite a new pack for me. Notice I don't really use that Laundry Day circle tea light. It could be like floating tea lights, quite like them, kind of remind me of my childhood because they were fascinating. They were floating tea lights. Been really into the very like warm honey wood, and I use quite a lot of it in this room. I've just been into it quite a lot recently. Normally I'm into sort of like oak wood, and I sort of like turn my nose up at the very sort of like warm honey wood, like these Parenthood cabinets here, but I quite like it at the moment. I'm kind of swinging into the mid-century 70s vibe at the moment. I don't know why. The 70s interior was kind of like ridiculous. What were you thinking with the avocado bath? I mean, what? So I'm just putting some bits and pieces down here and just making sure it's got some stuff in it. It could be a bit weird. Junkyard full of stuff, downstairs nothing. So I did try to put some more stuff down. I was using the 9-0 key here, so it wasn't as mind numbing as the Junkyard was, because you got to make sure your items are not floating or sinking into the object. Most of my items float. So these are the screenshots. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed watching and listening. Thank you, creepy hand, and goodbye.